I love that thing, and you guys know I love it because I do it all the time. Good morning, everybody. Sorry for being late. It's been a late, rough evening with all the junk that was happening out east. I don't even want to get into because I don't want to make this a political show. And then we had some family issues, not directly, but Lynette's cousin and aunt and uncle are dealing with some COVID stuff. And when you love someone, you tend to stress out and fight for them, and even when you're helpless and stayed away and can't do much. So I was catching up on some things and then lost track of time. I've already gone live with my other group, and then I went over to work with you, and then I got a phone call. And enough excuses. Let's just get to it. How about that? All right. In business, there are very few just foundations of business in which have been unwavering and a good place to go to. I think LinkedIn is getting up there. They're not necessarily a great place yet as far as recognized for articles. They should be. There's a lot of really good stuff on there. But Forbes magazine has always been a good one. And they are something that I would recommend you take a look at. And I'm actually going to put a link in the comment section for everybody. What we're going to go over, we'll go through today. So there you go. Because I love y'all. Pay attention. Actually, I should probably go to. I'll put that on. Well, I better do it now or I won't do it. Yeah, you guys know me. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you have no clue. But let's boom, let's put that there. So it's on those two sites, and I'll do YouTube now too. That way, all three sites that I'm streaming on have the opportunity to see what we're about to see and go through together. This is from Forbes magazine. Alejandro Cremades. He's a former contributor for Entrepreneur section. This is from February 20, 2019. And let us see. This is from February 20. To turn you down volume. Where do I put my comments at? Oh, it won't let me comment. I'll do that later. There we go. You know, YouTube people will do you after this is over. But you'll get it. You'll get it eventually. I promise. All right. So let's go through this. Are you eager to build a successful business? Here are the quotes of those who have made it, the DNA and the definition of what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm going to go through the highlights of these, talk a little bit about them, and some of them are pretty cool. Success is no accident. There are lots of accidents in life, but success is not one of them. This is from Pele, those of you who know soccer. He says it takes hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, the love of what you are doing to become successful. Number 2, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Now, this is pretty deep, and I like that. Success is not final. Now, in sports, success is winning the championship. Being the last thing you do for your season is win. And only one team can claim that because everyone else is lost and they're knocked out. But that's not final. For sports figures, that is final. That's the end of your year. You just won, you're done. In business, it's not like that way. Failure can be right around the corner from success. You can have your best month follow with your worst month. So you're always growing. You're always on your A game, or at least you need to be. Failure is not fatal. Now, at the time that you're failing, you may feel it's pretty darn fatal, but you have to be as stronger mentally and for the preparation of what's yet to come, because failure is not fatal. It's an opportunity to learn. The courage to continue is what counts. And that's where not everyone is meant to be a business owner. Not everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur, because you've got to fight through all the BS and crap that no one else wants to fight through. Don't count the days, make the days count. I am guilty because I am counting the days. Let me tell you, 2020 was the year in which my beautiful wife and I turned 40 years old. And I've talked about this multiple times. So, we were going on a cruise. It was canceled from Miami. So we moved to New Orleans. It was canceled from New Orleans. We moved to Orlando. And it just got canceled yesterday. And so I haven't worked with Carnival yet, but we're going to Orlando. We've decided, even if we get a full refund, that we'll just schedule a cruise and we'll do that later in life. But we're going to go to Orlando. We're going to enjoy probably close to a week of just me and her, just getting away and enjoying each other and getting some mental health days. Maybe we'll have a spa day. Who knows what we've got in store, but I'm counting the days for that because it's something I've been looking forward to. It's a celebration of our 40th birthdays, our anniversary, or Christmas, or Valentine's, everything that couples generally will show appreciation for in the form of gifts or something. We combined into our 2020 gift, and we're going to enjoy that together. So I am counting down those days, but make your days count. Every single person in this world, whether you're the richest person in the world or someone who is living on the streets, we all have the same amount of time in the day to make our days count. It's what you choose to do with that time that determines your success in life. So make your days count. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. How true is that? Starting a business is one of the greatest risks I've ever taken. After 5 years, 50% of businesses fail. They're done. There is no business anymore. Why am I going to be different? I don't know that I am. I'm only in starting of year 2. I've got 3 more years to make it through before I can say I succeeded to knock those statistics out of the water. Now, based on trends in previous sales, as long as I stay on top of my game and feed the right products and let some products die based on numbers, and I'm attentive to that, then I should be fine. But there's no guarantees in anything. But everything's a risk. You just got to try to minimize your liabilities. So and this is a great la 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 la. If I was recording this, I would edit all that out, but I'm not. So this is a great quote from Muhammad Ali. So you may want to try to minimize your risk, but that never takes away from the fact that you are taking risks, and you have to be courageous to take those risks that most people aren't. Don't wait for the opportunity. Create it. How cool is that? Don't wait for the opportunity, create it. Most of us are sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for the right time to jump in the water when the people already in the water because they've already jumped are having the time of their lives. So if you want to have fun, if you want to make today productive, don't wait for the right time to start doing your work. Get your work over with. Get going right now. Well, wait, give me another maybe 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and then get going to work. Either run your day or let your day run you. Now, how true is that? If I don't have a list, if I don't go down my list and have structure, I ain't going to get nothing done. That's a promise. Don't let your day run you. Yesterday was a great example that if you would have flipped on the news or read the wrong email with what was going on in Washington, D.C., you would have gotten nothing done. The day would have ran you. You would have not realized where the day would have gone until it was already gone. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. That's why a lot of successful people tell you, make a list, make a photo collage of goals. Have it in front of you at all times, because I promise you, you will go through rough times. You will feel like quitting. If you own a business, you have wanted to quit multiple times. But you have to go back and look at why you're doing this, because if you don't know why you're doing it, you will quit and you won't go back. So remember why you started, and that'll keep you pushing forward. Here's another one that is so true. Great things never come from comfort zones. And I learned this back when I was doing a lot more face-to-face sales and as a salesperson instead of a business owner. You have to get out of your comfort zone if you're going to succeed. If all you do is stay in your comfort zone and let things come to you, you'll be very comfortable, but you're going to be very broke too. People don't always, the majority of people want to stay in their comfort zone. So you got to leave yours to go to theirs. So you got to recognize that. And the real risk, the next one is the real risk is doing nothing. So if you're not going to do anything and leave your comfort zone, then you're risking a lot, because more than likely you're going to fail because no one's coming to yours. You've got to go to theirs. Success is walking from failure to failure. Now, this is a Winston Churchill quote, and I dare you to find me a bad Winston Churchill quote, because there just isn't one. If you're able to stop, listen to word by word, even this as short as it is, word by word, what does it mean? How do we break it down? How is this genius? Success, we all know what success is walking from failure to failure. Do you understand the reason that firefighters crawl into a fire? That they put their hand on the door before they open it? Because if they just burst in and yanked it open, all of a sudden the wind would suck into the fire. All that oxygen would cause an explosion and burst back at them. Guys, you're going to fail. I promise you. Everyone fails. It's what you do with that failure that's going to define your future. So if you walk from failure to failure, one, you're always moving forward. Two, you're doing it at a pace that isn't going to be painful or cause more damage. And three, you know you're going to fail again, so you might as well do it with a purpose. You might as well do it with your eyes open and minimize the amount of failure you're going to experience. Action is the key to success. Now, how true is that? Everything about these, and this is a Pablo Picasso quote. I didn't know he was a deep thinker. I thought he was just a weird painter. But hey, some people appreciate his work. I'm not one of them. But you know what? It is what it is. And that's why this beauty of why we're all different, right? But action is the foundational key to success. If you're going to sit there like a bump on a log, then you're going to get treated like a bump on a log. If you're going to be constantly moving, that's why the story of the turtle and the hare is so important to little kids, to let them know that, yeah, you may be the fastest, you may be the best, but don't second guess that tortoise who doesn't stop. He takes step after step consistently. He doesn't run and then take a nap and take a lunch break and then run some more and then fall asleep and get bored and not finish the race, because the tortoise is going to take step after step, action after action, and have that foundational key to success. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. Being a business owner is a huge chance. You're risking a lot. You're risking your name. You're risking failure. You're risking people talking bad about you. You have to have a me against the world, I don't give a crap attitude. And in the end, if you don't take chances on yourself, if you don't take chances on your business, you could always be questioning what was, what could have been. Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Now, again, these all tie well together. This is from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And success, there's very few people in this world, honestly, that achieve greatness. And in greatness, what I mean is you're going to be looked up as Michael Jordan, the top basketball player in history. I mean, now people will argue Kobe and LeBron, but in reality, even if you say the top five, not many are going to make that. Does that make Isaiah Thomas a bad basketball player? Pistol Pete Maravich? I mean, I can go through basketball players all day long. Does that mean they're bad? Does that mean that Ed O'Bannon at UCLA was a bad basketball player because he wasn't that great in the pros? He dominated in college. He was a great basketball player. And compare him to Derek Faber in high school, he's probably would have been hands down better than me. But I guarantee I would have taken a lot of people out also, because I wasn't bad. So success is also, a matter of perspective. And so is greatness. But as long as you're consistently moving, you're going to be successful. You don't have to be great to be successful. You have to do your best and don't stop, and you will be. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. Now, I don't believe that things are lucky. I think that's luck is often where preparation and opportunity meet. Also, we're always faced with opportunity. It's whether we want to act on it or if we're prepared to act on it. But you also have to be looking for it. And most of you don't know who Dan and Dwight are. Some of you do because you're in my Amazon group. But Dan and Dwight are two guys that do a weekly podcast about Amazon stuff. They're in our group. They're becoming good friends of mine. We chat on a semi-regular basis. Dan claims that he created podcasts. I can verify he's worked with Mark Cuban before. I can't verify he's actually created podcasts. But they claim to be very lazy, and in reality, they're very hardworking individuals that are very successful. They've ran multi-million-dollar businesses. They've bought and sold their businesses. They're just smart guys, really good guys. But they claim to be lazy. They claim to do as little work as possible and make as much money as possible. And this last one says 80% of success is showing up. And I call this the Dan and Dwight quote, even though it's from Woody Allen. Most people in their first jobs, it's an entry-level position where your boss is just happy you show up every day, because a lot of his problems or her problems are the consistency of people being on time. So if you make that a point from day one, job one, and then focus on other things to better yourself, but you're always on time, you're always there, then you're already success compared to the majority of your competition. Now, if you make that a point as a business owner, then imagine the chances and the opportunities you're going to have compared to other business owners, because not everybody starts their day at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, even 9 o'clock in the morning. Most people feel, hey, man, if I was an entrepreneur, I'd sleep until 10. I'd have breakfast in bed. By the time I had my laps in the pool, it'd be time for lunch. I'd go into the office for an hour, maybe I'd check my email, and then I'll go to maybe a baseball game in the afternoon. Life isn't that way. And if you're doing what you love, you're going to do it from the get-go, but you have to show up to be successful. And so that's why 80% of success is showing up. Now, this is the 15 things. We went through them together. I've posted the links. I encourage you to look at them. And in fact, they encourage you. What does it say at the bottom here? It says he wrote a book. The author of this wrote a book, The Art of Startup Fundraising. Barb from Shark Tank wrote the foreword to the book. I was like, well, this has nothing to do with Shark Tank. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, bookmark these, screenshot them, use these to fuel your journey for 2021. Take action, always be moving. And guys, I appreciate you. Happy Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. We kept it under 20 minutes this time. That's not bad. God loves you, so do I. We'll see you tomorrow.